Nacho man, yeah. I got to be a Nacho man. Got to be a Nacho man. I got to be a Nacho man.
Welcome, Vault Dwellers. My name is Nacho Bidness, and we're here today to talk about power counters in Fallout 76. These things have been broken since day one of the release of the beta. They have just never worked in this game. And I've complained about it here and there. Some folks have advised me to make a video and post it to the Bethesda bug report forums. We'll see if that gets us anywhere. But as it is, they've been broken for a number of years. Now, if you were to potentially think, well, this is just user error, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. If you're not familiar with my channel, brief resume, I am very good at electrical when it comes to the Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. My magnum opus, as it were, was I built a knockoff of Dance Dance Revolution called Dance Dance Rebellion that you can check out on my channel. It flashes random arrows on a screen, and you have to dance across pressure plates to get high score and get it to dispense tokens. So yes, I know very much what I'm doing. I've done that game and a lot of other interesting stuff with electrical. Let me demonstrate how it works in 76, and then we're going to go back and I'll show you in Fallout 4 how it's supposed to work. So what you're supposed to be able to do is program these power counters to activate after a certain number of times. So I'm just going to connect this computer to this power counter, and I am going to tell it that I want the counter to activate after 3 cycles. And what that should do is that it will, and I'm going to hit it a couple of times just to be sure. What that should do is that if we turn it off and on 3 times, it will get to 3, and then it will skip the rest of the numbers and go to 0. And when it's showing a number other than 0, it should not transmit power. And when it shows 0, it should transmit power. It's a very simple thing, and would be more useful if we had interval switches and delay on and delay off switches in this game, but we don't. One of the many shortfalls, in my opinion, when it comes to the electrical system here. So we've got a very simple setup. I've got this generator hooked to a manual switch, hooked to the computer, hooked to the counter, and hooked to the light there. And when I turn the switch on, since that's going to increment to 2, the light should stay off. Instead, what's going to happen is light turns on, and it's like, okay, so maybe they operate backwards in 76. And so we increment some more, and what do you know, this didn't work. Well, okay, so maybe it's because we interrupted power to it. So why don't I just go ahead and set it to 5, and maybe we'll see if that works. It's not going to, but I just want to demonstrate that this thing is completely and utterly broken. We go up to where you can hopefully see that it says 5 there. The light's on. It really shouldn't be on. And we go in again. Instead of flipping over to 0, nothing happens. It just goes up to 6. And whenever there's power to the power counter, it just acts like a closed switch and transmits power through. So it should have not had power on it, or the light should not have been on when it's at 9. Let's see if maybe it works backwards. Maybe the light will be off when it says 0. Nope, there's no difference. The power counter in this game does exactly nothing. And it's disappointing because we could potentially do some fun things with electrical if we at least had power counters. We could put together some kind of rudimentary AND gates and OR gates to be able to do fun stuff with our electrical system in this game, but no. Literally, the most exciting things you can do in this game with electrical is just turn stuff on and off, maybe turn it off and on with a random gate. So that is the end of the bug report, but I would like to go ahead and demonstrate how these things are supposed to work. So let me jump over to Fallout 4. Here we are back in good old Fallout 4. This is Electrical Island, my place where I have done a lot of demonstrations and tutorials. That's what all this stuff is just little demonstrators for different things. Let's make our way back over here to my little demonstrator for how power counter is supposed to work. And you can see that I've got the same circuit as what I had set up in Fallout 76 with the generator, going to a switch, going to a terminal, and going to a power counter and a construction light. And you can see already that the behavior here is different. We've got this thing sitting at 1, the switch is on, and you notice that the light is off. So let's go ahead and program this power counter, and let's go ahead and set it to 3. And back out and take a look at what happens when I hit the switch. And we turn it off, we turn it on, and it increments to 2. And turn it off, turn it on, it goes to 3. Notice that the light is still off. And we turn it on again, and it flips all the way back to 0, and the construction light turns on. This is how a power counter is supposed to work. And you can do a lot of neat things with just power counters. For example, so we've got a simulated settlement here where we've got some street lights and stuff that we want to be on just at night, some businesses that we want to be on pretty much all the time, and some turret defenses that are only going to be on when the other two are off. And depending on how you set up your power counters, you can definitely make that happen. And we can do it off of a single switch. So this is simulating kind of a nighttime condition, and this is a defensive posture with the turret going and everything else off. And we go back and turn it back on again, and we've got a daytime condition with just our businesses open and our turrets and street lights off. And that's just with power counters. A lot of other neat things that we could do with power counters in Fallout 76 if they were working. So hopefully somebody at Bethesda is listening. Regardless, if you have found this video and you like it, be sure to hit the like button. If you didn't like, please tell me why in a comment so that I can try and do better for you next time. Until next time, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying it's a great big wasteland out there. Let's go have fun in it.